Hey, welcome back. Sometimes the most incredible, complex ideas are hiding in just a handful of words. And today, we're going to dive into a five-word phrase that just opens up this whole world of questions and possibilities. It's it's like a little linguistic puzzle, and it's as strange as it is beautiful. So here it is. This is what we're looking at today. Aquatic ocean fish washing your hand. I mean, when you first read that, what do you even think? It feels like something out of a dream, right? Or maybe a line from a poem you can't quite remember. The grammar is super simple, but the picture it paints, that's a whole other story. And that really is the question at the heart of all this, isn't it? What could this possibly mean? Are we supposed to take it literally? Is it some kind of metaphor? Or is it just, a random string of words that just happens to sound cool? Let's try and figure it out, piece by piece. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We've got a simple three-step game plan. First, we've already got the phrase right in front of us. Next, we're going to break it down, look at each word one by one, and then we'll put all those pieces back together and see what kind of meanings we can come up with. All right, first things first. Let's set the scene. The first two words in this phrase, aquatic ocean, they basically give us our location. They tell us exactly where this weird little event is happening. So we start with aquatic. And that word, it's kind of formal, right? It feels almost scientific. It sets a really specific tone, like something you'd find in a biology textbook, not necessarily a poem. And then you get ocean. And that word just immediately makes you think of something huge, something mysterious and deep. So you've got this formal, technical adjective right next to this powerful, almost mythical noun. And that's where things start to get really interesting. But here's the thing that's a bit of a puzzle. An ocean is, well, it's aquatic. That's what it is. So why say both? This is what we call redundancy. And it suggests that whoever came up with this wasn't going for literal scientific accuracy. It's all about poetic emphasis. It's a way to just completely drown us in the idea of water. It's not just any ocean, it's an aquatic ocean. See what I mean? Okay, so we've got our scene established. Now let's zoom in on the action. Who are the main characters in this little five-word drama? We've got someone doing something and someone receiving that action. And the structure is just incredibly simple and clear. The actor, that's the fish. The action, washing, and what's being washed, your hand. It's that very simplicity that makes the image hit so hard. It's direct, no messing around. Now let's really focus on that verb, washing. Think about it. A fish doesn't just, bump into your hand or swim past it. The phrase specifically says it's washing it. That implies a deliberate, intentional act, an act of cleansing. This turns the fish from just some random creature into an agent with a purpose. And who is all this happening to? It's happening to you. The word your just immediately pulls you into the story. It breaks the fourth wall. All of a sudden, you're not just some person watching a weird scene. You're actually in it. It's your hand. And that creates this direct, personal, and honestly kind of intimate connection to what's going on. All right, so we've looked at the setting, we've looked at the actor, and we've looked at the action. Now for the really fun part. Let's put all these clues together and see if we can figure out what it all means. And this basically leaves us with two main ways we can look at this. On one hand, you could take it completely literally, a really surreal, dreamlike image of an actual fish washing a person's hand in the ocean. Or, on the other hand, you can see it as a metaphor, a symbolic moment where nature itself is cleansing or connecting with humanity. Let's stick with that metaphorical idea for a second. If you think about it that way, the phrase could represent this incredible moment of contact between the wild, untamed world, the aquatic ocean fish, and our personal human world, your hand. It's all about bridging that gap. It's a moment of gentle, cleansing connection between two totally different worlds. So, what have we actually learned from just 5 little words? Well, for one, we've seen how language can create these incredibly vivid, almost surreal pictures in our minds. We've seen how something that looks like a mistake, like redundancy, can actually add a ton of emotional depth. We've seen how a tiny word like your can pull us right into the picture. And maybe most importantly, we've learned that ambiguity isn't a bad thing. It's an invitation for all of us to find our own meaning in the mystery. And that really just leaves us with one final thought to chew on. Does a phrase like this actually need one single, correct meaning to be powerful? Or maybe its real strength is that it refuses to be pinned down. It lets it be a dream, or a poem, or a mystery that kind of belongs to each and every one of us. Something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me on this one.